So I think let's go ahead and get started. More people might jump in, and that's just fine. We are recording this webinar, so anything that you want to refer back to or you might have missed, you can always go back and watch that. So as a little introduction, my name is Meredith Ajibola, and I'm a digital account manager with Practice Promotions. And today we're going to be talking about how to increase patient engagement and compliance for their full plan of care. And that's, I know, something that a lot of people are trying to do for their practice for many reasons. So we're going to go over some of the practical ways that you can do that, and also what that looks like with Practice Promotions and really digging in and utilizing those tools. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So we're really going to dig in today into increasing engagement and compliance. And little housekeeping is every month we have a contest, a stat tracker contest. And this is inside our Facebook Insider Circle group. So if you're wondering what a stat tracker is, how to get connected to that contest, just reach out to your digital account manager and they'll point you in the right direction. If you missed out on it, that's okay. It's something we do every month, and there are a lot of awesome reasons to fill out the stat tracker, not just winning $100 on Amazon. So stay tuned. We are going to announce that winner at the end. So diving right in is finding the why. Why is it important for your patients to commit to their full plan of care? Why is one of those words that it can make you instantly kind of defensive, right? If someone asks you, like, why are you wearing that shirt? Why aren't you doing that? Why are you doing this? But why can be a very powerful word when you find your why, you're doing something. So most people, I'm sure you all would agree that increasing your patients' commitment to their care would, in the short term, give you higher visit counts, which is great. You're filling up your schedule. You're keeping your therapist busy. It's why you're there. Long term is your patients are going to have better outcomes. So they're going to have better long-term outcomes, which is, it's going to make sure that they're not just decreasing pain and increasing their functional ability, but they're actually changing their movement patterns and avoiding injuring themselves in the future. And then better outcomes are going to build trust. So it's going to build trust in your patients. It's also going to build trust in the community, because they're going to be the ones that are your cheerleaders. They're going to be coming back if they do have future aches and pains. They're going to be telling their friends and family, and so on. They're also going to put a good word in to their doctor. So when they go back to like their primary care, their specialists, they're going to be more apt to let them know what a good experience they had and how thankful they are that that was kind of a part of their overall care. So to break it down, I'm going to be going through 4 main kind of categories. So analyzing, communicating, engaging, and training. First, we want to really dig in and analyze. So do you track your numbers? This can be either through the stat tracker that we have, and just as reference, I know the stat tracker is something that we encourage people to fill out each month. You may track numbers through your EMR, going through those reports, but it is important to track numbers. Specifically, the stat tracker is tracking your new patients, your reactivated patients, and then just your total number of visits. The reason this is important is because you want to have some comparison data. And you also want to just kind of dig into okay, so we have a lot of new patients, but we don't really have the patient visits. They're kind of low. So that means we have a ton of new people coming in, but they're not coming for that many visits. So that's that chance to really dig in and see, maybe there's something going on. Why aren't they committing to their care? Is there something going on the front desk that, you need to train them on? So, and it's going to look different for every practice. And then diving into what percentage of your patients attend all of their authorized visits, and follow through with their full plan of care. And statistically, only 30% of patients who start finish. And this is due to a lot of people have the perception is, if I came in with a like 2 out of 10 pain, well, now I'm at 7 out of 10, I feel so much better. And maybe they see that as their success, and they don't have as much of a push, to come in further because they are feeling so much better, which is great, but it is also, it could be a reason that they haven't completely committed to their plan of care. And then really digging into why your patients have stopped making therapy visits a priority. And this can be by simply talking to your patients, or it could be strategizing, different surveys, and those kind of methods that are a little more automated to make sure you're getting that good feedback from your patients. And if you're seeing a trend, then it's something that you can dig into more. And I'm sorry, my slides are going to be pretty full of things, so I'll try to break it down as much as I can. So the next is to communicate. Establishing an effective line of communication starts before your patient has their first appointment. So you've been working hard and building that trust, making sure that you have a great website, building that trust with reviews and everything else. So now they're there, they've made that appointment. So you really want to start establishing that line of communication even before they come in, so that they fully understand what's going on, what's expected of them, and it just puts them on a good foot for success. So a great way to do that is through Campaign Monitor's New Patient Welcome Series. And any kind of communication that's on autopilot, where an email goes out to the patient before they come in so they understand what to expect. They have a link to the paperwork. They know to come in 15 minutes early, to have their prescription from their doctor, whatever else you all need to make things nice and smooth, so, for the front desk, and so they can get in and out and feel like everything is organized and taken care of. It's also a great place, and I said here, make it yours. Really dig into any kind of email automation and really make it yours. So put in pictures that you've taken in the clinic. Put in just, make it yours, make the language yours, make it sound like it's coming from you all. Put your personality in there. And then clearly communicating and reminding patients that their plan of care is not just about decreasing pain, and getting back to some of those activities that they want to get back to, some of the goals that they kind of presented to you in the beginning, but making sure that they're also preventing future injury and making them understand that is the whole point of going beyond the pain reduction, is really modifying their movement patterns. And then also assessing, do your patients have the right communication methods and tools and guided motivation needed to comply with their plan of care. And so this can be done in many different ways, really good handouts, just communication on what you expect from them as far as, homework and things to do when they're not, in that 30 minutes to an hour time, once, twice a week with you, but the rest of the time, because that's a lot of time that they're not actually with you. So one really great app, and this is someone we've partnered with, but it's PT Wired. It's a clinic app, and it allows for some really great custom videos and exercises and communication with your patient. So I know a lot of our clients have utilized this and love it. If it's something you want to know more about, definitely reach out after the webinar. Reach out to your digital account manager, and we'll go through that more and see if that's something that might help give you the right tools for communicating. And then next is to engage. So engagement is really important, just for them to feel like they're not just going to come in and out, but they really feel special, and they feel that engagement. So celebrating small wins. Patients can become discouraged if they feel that they're not progressing as fast as they think they should, and that can come from just a lack of understanding. Maybe they've heard it from someone, read it somewhere. Oh, great, I can get better in 2-3 visits. And so really communicating and engaging them on that level, so they really understand what they should expect, because every case is different. And instead of focusing only on the injury and like outcome measures that you might be doing each visit, because after all, you all are problem solvers. That's why you got into what you did. That's the profession you're in. But remembering to celebrate your small accomplishments. All right, and next is engagement. So better communication and encouragement. So these are all those things we've been talking about. Better communication and encouragement will lead to more commitment from your patients. So they're going to stick to their full plan of care because they understand they've been communicated to. They feel that encouragement with the small wins. And some of the ways to really get good reviews is just to ask. So when you are there with your patient, or maybe your front desk staff, or part of the marketing team, is when a patient expresses that they are feeling so much better, they really understand why they're coming, the importance of it. It's just to ask. Just go ahead and ask them. And that can be a little awkward, understand, but maybe pose it as, let the community know, let people know that this is something that's available to them, and an option for them instead of, the surgery or medications, or is a good thing alongside of their surgery and medications. And so the other thing is put it on autopilot. This means putting it into the new patient welcome series that we talked about with Campaign Monitor, putting it into that. And so what that is if someone doesn't use it, just for reference, it's an automated welcome series where an email goes out when they first schedule. And then it's kind of tiered through days. So, in a few days, they'll get another email. A week after that, then they'll get another email. It's automated. So this is something you can put inside that automation to encourage those reviews. And also, like I said, just let people know that when they've had a good experience, is really letting people know with choice and voice. Is just to share this with people so they know that this is a really good option for them. Now, when it comes to reviews, it can be kind of hard. People are busy. You feel awkward asking. So a really good facilitator is something called review generation rack cards. And this is something that we have here in our print product store. They look kind of like this. And it's just a great way to just have on hand it out to patients, say, hey, look, thank you so much for your words. So glad that you're feeling better. And then hand them that card. And it's something that can link directly to wherever you want them reviewing you. So whether it's Google, Facebook, Yelp, and it just links directly to that. And then also, don't forget to reply to reviews. So this is not only great for SEO, but it lets people know that you're really appreciative of them sharing, them sharing their thoughts with you, with the community. And this is really easy inside if you do have access to the Business Center. This is something inside reputation management. And so if you haven't clicked around in the Business Center recently, just reach out to your digital account manager and we'll take you through again, because that can really be a great little action to add on to what you're doing, or even something to delegate out to another office staff member. And then assess how much you're engaging on social media. The community wants to hear from you, and your patients do too, and this is part of engaging and also communicating and making sure that you're letting them know what's going on. So put some good organic content in there, share some good recipes, some good tips, quick little video, an ergonomics video, something helpful that will appeal to a lot of people and be something that they'll want to come back to. And we have a really, really awesome calendar of ideas that we send out each month. So if you haven't seen that come through or you'd like to utilize that, just reach out to your digital account manager and we'll send that over. But it's just some ideas so that when you're in the grind, the everyday grind, it's just helps with some quick ideas on what to post. And then next is, it's really important to engage monthly. So if you are not already utilizing the newsletter, it might be something that you would want to consider. And if you are using the newsletter as part of your monthly engagement, then really dig in and try to find some really good content that's going on that you can both engage your patients with, so like a spotlight, or include some fun games and contests to really get people involved. It can also be a great way to engage with your community. So maybe you want them to win, a gift certificate to a local restaurant, so you can support local businesses. And that can be a spotlight, or maybe you want to collaborate with a business. So that can be a really good medium to put that in there. And then next is train. So front desk and patient coordinators play a huge role in patient communication. They are the first face, usually the first face that your patients see. So it's really important for the front desk to feel supported and well trained up so that they can kind of be prepared. They have the right tools to explain things to the patients when they have questions. A lot of times patients, they might be in pain. They're not feeling well, they're confused, they're not really sure what to expect. Maybe they have no idea what physical therapy or OT is. So really equipping them not just with the good scripts and organization, but also things that they can quickly hand out. So it might be explaining insurance to your patients. Well, insurance is something that your patient should, that's their responsibility, but it can be so useful for a front desk to really be able to explain insurance and how it works to a patient. A lot of times that's where some bad reviews can come in, where a patient is just, they're not really sure what's going on. They thought, my insurance covers it, means it's free, or so on. So really having that transparency, and maybe even equipping your front desk with an explainer handout that explains insurance and how it works. Or even a new patient welcome kit that has nice little infographics and explainers in there, so your patients feel like they have all the information they need. And then always encourage. This is something that probably can be overlooked. It's probably stressed a lot. Just really booking appointments ahead, a few weeks ahead. This will help you all to fill your schedule, so you're not scrambling around, you're trying to call people and get them back in. And it also helps the patient to stay on track, so they're committed. So maybe if you have the plan of care as in a certain amount of weeks, just get them to go ahead and plan those ahead. And really stress that with the front desk and the patient, so they're hearing it from all angles. And then a really good patient discharge process. So that could be an email automation that your digital account manager can help you set up. So it's all automated, or just a really good solid discharge process up at the front desk that leaves the patient feeling really good, like a little graduation kind of celebration. I know some people do little bags or t-shirt or something like that, but just really help them feel like they've accomplished a lot. And then this is a great way too to encourage reviews and then friend referrals. And then really get your staff involved and encouraging patients to follow you on social media. And this just is in all areas, but they really do have a lot of contact with the patient, whether they're checking them in and out, taking them to the room, and so on. So having things that they can quickly hand out, like the review generation bracket cards, or little handouts with your social media on there, just to really get more people following you and engaging on those platforms. And then empowering your front desk staff with the right tools and training is so important. Like I said, they are the first face usually that your patient sees. So it really sets that standard of the experience that they're going to have. It's a first impression. And if you feel like your staff needs a little more training, there is an awesome platform. It's called Fix Your Front Desk. It's an awesome system of trainings, different training methods, scripts, awesome organized system specifically for training your front desk to handle those situations with ease. So if this sounds like something that your front desk might need, just jot down that web address. It's fixyourfrontdesk.com. Super useful system there. And then what does it look like with us? So remember that slide from the beginning? Well, we can still utilize the same breakdown with us. So every time you are having a meeting, like a monthly meeting, and if you're not, I encourage you just to have a quick little meeting every month with your digital account manager. Doesn't have to be 30 minutes, doesn't have to be 2 hours, nice little 15-20 minute meeting, and then quarterly, having more of a deep dive. But it's important just so that we're all on the same page. We can really analyze what's going on. And again, filling out your stat tracker just so we have some comparison data and some data to analyze, make sure our efforts are where they should be, make sure that we can see really what's going on. And then just communicating, just really lay it all out. What things are you stuck with? What things are not going well? What things are really going well? Share your wins. We're not just here to go over your digital tools, but really to strategize with you. So really dig into our expertise and just lay out things that you might be having issues with. We might have all the answers. Well, we won't have all the answers, but it could be a good starting point to just really strategize. And then just engage with us any way possible, but Basecamp is always the best just because it's nice and organized. And then training. So if there is a platform that you feel unfamiliar with, you haven't really poked around too much in the Business Center or Campaign Monitor, or the Analytics Dashboard, just get in touch with us, and we'll take you through, give you a little retraining, make sure you really understand so it's not so daunting, so you can really dig in and understand all the tools that are available to you. So we always encourage that. And so we went over a lot of the digital tools and a few of the print products. So if you are interested in any of the print products, what they look like, really touching it, feeling it, looking at it, we have a little sample kit that we have put together. So the web address is on the bottom there in red, practicepromotions.com/sample kit. So if you're interested in seeing what some of those print products are like, especially, the review generation rack card that I mentioned, and also the new patient welcome kit that will help with that engagement and communication, head over there, put your address in there, and we'll send it right over to you so you can see if that might be something that you'd like to get started with. And, all right, so it's time to announce the winner of the Stat Tracker contest. So, all right, so the winner is Lisa Smith from Wellspring Health Center. So congratulations, Lisa. Thank you so much for filling out your Stat Tracker, not just for the contest, but really, really dedicating that time to put that information in there so we can really analyze that data and see what's going on. So congratulations, Lisa. We'll reach out to you after the webinar and send that $100 Amazon gift card over to you. And if anyone else would like to participate in the contest or want to get started with the Stat Tracker, if you haven't really been filling that out, you don't even know where your Stat Tracker is, just reach out to your digital account manager, and we'll we'll sort that out for you. We'll make sure you understand all of that and how it works. And again, if you do want to enter this contest, we have that on our Facebook page, our Insider Circle Facebook page. So if you're not a part of that, I would encourage you to join that. It's a great place you can connect with other practice owners. And we always have the contest pinned at the top. So thank you everyone for joining my webinar. I hope there were some little nuggets in there that you could take away. And again, if you have any questions, if you missed part of the beginning, we'll be sending out a recording. So I did want to open it up now for a little Q&A time. Okay, so when is the best time to start the campaign monitor email journey? At the time the patient makes the initial appointment, the day before initial appointment? You have some flexibility with that. So I would advise, if you're using the journey to equip your patients with like filling out their paperwork ahead of time and reminding them of things, I would send that out as soon as they call. And so you have a unique URL for that landing page for the new patient welcome series. So it is your website address / new patients. And so I would get your front desk as soon as a new patient calls you, just go ahead and put the first name and email in there and get it started so that they have that information. They'll have their paperwork filled out and have everything ready. And we can always customize the messaging and also, what goes out to them. So that's something that you can kind of dig into because it's, it can be very unique for people. Okay, where can you find the stat tracker if you misplaced it? So we're all working hard to actually, if you go to your docs and files section on Basecamp, you should have a link to your stat tracker, as well as a little PowerPoint just explaining how to use it, why it's important. But for whatever reason, you still can't find it, just reach out to your digital account manager. We'll send it over to you. And then someone also asked, how are the winners chosen for the stat tracker contest? Is it a raffle scoring system, or is it upon completion? So it's something that, you want to complete your stat tracker for that month. So the winner is chosen by a raffle. Each person that comments on the Facebook post is entered. So again, it's on the Insider Circle Facebook group, and it's always pinned at the top of that group. So you just have to comment on that. Awesome. You'll be looking into the PT Wired Clinic app. Yeah, it's a super useful app. It really does increase engagement and gets your patients excited about doing it. That's one thing, compliance it can be hard. They forget everything. Patients they get into their daily activities and they can forget. So it's a good little reminder, and also they can communicate with you that way. And then I get lost by all the things that I can do for marketing and don't know where to start. What can I do that matters, but won't be too hard or overwhelming? Yeah, so it's a lot. Marketing is huge. It's just huge. And especially if you are a busy clinic owner. And so I would say there's some things that you can do that make a huge difference. I would say really analyzing and tracking. That's going to be a huge one. So if nothing else, start by filling out your stat tracker. It's something that you might be doing already, or a staff member with your EMR. You might be running those reports, but go ahead and put, so it's the stat tracker is tracking new patients, reactivated, and total patient visits. And so just plugging those in can just give you awesome comparison data and really tell you what is going on. And a lot of people do not track the reactivated because it can be hard. So you might be putting in reactivated as new patients. So, and EMRs just make it really hard. So I would say just figure out a good way to track for that, whether it's asking patients when they call in or putting it on your form, your new patient form, is just saying, are you a returning patient? And maybe just tracking that separately. if your EMR doesn't give you a good way to do that. So just a separate spreadsheet is an awesome way to start with the marketing. And then just as a side note, the PT Wired app is the only branded clinic app on the market right now, to my knowledge. So it is branded and customized per clinic. So, it would be branded to you, it would have your logo and everything. So that's something that you could, have as like a branded product and app for your clinic. And then if you did get started with that, we would have, something on your website that we would put there. So your clients know. Anyone else have any questions? Anything they're going to implement this week or maybe next month? It's all baby steps. And two, to go off of that question of like, marketing is so much, where do I start? Really just have that nice conversation with your account manager and just tell them like, I am overwhelmed. This is a lot. I don't know where to start. And we can help to kind of guide you on some of the things that are going to give you the biggest outcome. So you can really focus in, and also delegating. You don't have to do it all yourself. We can show you like, okay, these are the areas that will give you the biggest, bang for your buck, and help you to delegate that out. So it could be that we could train up your front desk staff on a product. Maybe they can fill out the stat tracker. Maybe they can reply to reviews and do these things that you don't have time for, but are important. So we are more than happy to train anyone up on any product and take that time to, have that screen share call with them. Any other questions? And also feel free to reach out to me. I promise I'm very friendly and I'll respond to you. So this is my email, Meredith@practicepromotions.com, practice-promotions.com rather. And just reach out to your digital account manager too. But if you had something specific that you wanted to ask me about this webinar, please always feel free to reach out to me. I would love that. Well, let's conclude this webinar. Thank you so much for spending your time out of your day to listen to me. I really appreciate it. And I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Remember, reach out to your digital account manager if you do want to be entered in to that contest next month. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone. And I appreciate you taking the time out of your day. Bye.